Reflections of Desolation. The small town of Ravenshade held a dark secret within its borders, a dilapidated antique shop that seemed to have an otherworldly pull. The locals spoke in hushed whispers about the cursed mirror that had recently found its way into the possession of the shop's enigmatic owner, Mr. Blackwood. Emily, a curious and adventurous photographer, caught wind of the rumors and couldn't resist the lure of the mirror's haunting history. She stepped into the musty antique shop, its creaking floorboards and the scent of old wood and dust enveloping her senses. Mr. Blackwood, a tall and thin figure with piercing eyes, greeted her with a knowing smile. The mirror, an elaborate Victorian relic with an ornate golden frame, stood in a dimly lit corner. Its glass seemed to hold shadows from another realm, and as Emily gazed at it, she felt an inexplicable connection, as if the mirror held the key to unlocking the mysteries of her own soul. Unable to resist, Emily purchased the mirror and brought it home. At first, everything seemed normal, but as the days passed, subtle anomalies began to manifest. Late at night, she would catch glimpses of movement in the reflection that didn't correspond to her actions. A fleeting silhouette, a subtle distortion of reality that sent shivers down her spine. One evening, as the moon hung low in the sky, Emily decided to capture the mirror's eerie beauty with her camera. In the photographs, however, she discovered a disturbing truth: the mirror was revealing images that were not present in her reality. Shadows of grotesque figures, contorted and malevolent, appeared in the background of the photos, their eyes locked onto her with an unsettling hunger. As Emily delved deeper into the mirror's mysteries, it began to show her distorted versions of her past. Scenes of her childhood played out with a macabre twist, casting her innocence in a sinister light. The mirror seemed to feed on her fears, conjuring nightmarish visions that invaded her waking hours. Haunted by these spectral reflections, Emily's mental state unraveled. Sleep offered no respite, as nightmares bled into reality, and the line between wakefulness and the dream world blurred. The mirror became an insidious force, driving her to the brink of madness. Desperate to break free from the mirror's grip, Emily sought the help of a local historian, who revealed that the mirror had a dark history of tragedy and despair. Generations of its owners had fallen victim to its curse, succumbing to a fate worse than death. Determined to save herself, Emily embarked on a perilous journey to break the curse. Guided by cryptic clues from the town's archives, she uncovered a ritual that promised to sever the mirror's malevolent influence. As the midnight hour approached, she gathered the necessary components and stood before the mirror, reciting incantations with a trembling voice. The room darkened as an otherworldly wind swept through, rattling the windows and extinguishing the candles. The mirror seemed to pulsate with an unholy energy, resisting the ritual's attempts to banish it. Emily felt a suffocating pressure, as if unseen hands were tightening around her throat. In a final act of defiance, Emily shattered the mirror, the sound echoing through the empty house like a death knell. As shards scattered across the floor, an otherworldly scream pierced the air. The malevolent force released its grip on Emily, dissipating into the night. Exhausted and emotionally drained, Emily surveyed the broken fragments of the cursed mirror. The room, once filled with a palpable darkness, now seemed lighter, as if a weight had been lifted. She couldn't erase the horrors she had witnessed, but she had emerged victorious against the ancient curse that had ensnared Ravenshade for generations. As Emily left the town behind, she couldn't shake the feeling that the mirror's curse lingered, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to cross its path. The shadows cast by Ravenshade's haunted past whispered warnings in the wind, a chilling reminder that some curses are eternally bound to the reflections of desolation.